When I heard that there was an Uncle Drew movie coming out, I was like,
oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
It seemed like it had all my favorite things. Basketball, Kyrie Irving, comedy, movies, basketball music. It seemed like a perfect combination. But the result was not quite satisfying. I want to quickly talk about the soundtrack for this movie. I think it was really bad. At least, like, compared to what it could have been. I mean, there's so many great basketball songs out there. Basketball by Curtis Blow, Basketball Jones by Cheech and Chong. I guess you can't use Space Jam. Shoot Past Slam or What's Up Doc by Shaq. White Iverson, 3 Foot Tall, Jumpman, 0 to 100. Now's My Time, which is a personal favorite of mine. There's just so many good ones, and, you know, I just thought that was a really huge wasted opportunity. Funny story, when me and my dad actually went to see the movie, there were only 2 other people in the theater with us. So from the jump, it didn't seem very promising. And it wasn't. So I'm making this video to express my negative opinions on this movie, and to generally just vent. Disclaimer, I use the words like, and I mean a lot, because I kind of suck at doing voiceovers, but as long as I acknowledge how much I suck at this, then I can't get roasted, right? Anyways, without further ado, my thoughts on Uncle Drew. It's your boy, Kermit the Frog here. So I'm gonna be doing a quick review of the Uncle Drew movie that came out a while ago. So yeah, going into it, my expectations weren't high. All I was really, hoping for was Shaquille O'Neal and Nick Kroll to have some good jokes, because they're like the funniest 2 in that movie. And for Kyrie to break some ankles and do some crazy jelly layups and stuff like that. Which, I got, but not as much as I would like. I mean, I just feel like there wasn't enough of those 2 things to actually make the movie that entertaining. The movie did try to be funny, but the jokes were just weird. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, you just have to see it. Also, I was expecting it to be, more, I don't know, I guess, a kid-friendly movie, but it really wasn't. I mean, it seems like it was at least 14A, which is kind of weird, because that really, shortens your demographic. Because, there was a bunch of unnecessary, swear words from there to there. And also at one point, they just showed Shaq's ass for no reason, which, it was kind of funny, shock humor and all that, but it was also just, why? But yeah, it wasn't a good movie. I hoped that it would be good, but really at the end of the day, it didn't do well at all. It had every sports movie trope imaginable. The whole the underdog that got cut from a team, or just was too fat or some shit like that. Just didn't think he was capable to play, which was I can't even remember his name. I think it was Dax. Yeah, sorry, I should know the names of the characters in the movie, but I don't know why he had such a weird name. But yeah, and it just it just really wasn't an interesting plot, which, I wouldn't have cared about if it were super funny and, had a whole lot of basketball to distract you from the stupid-ass plot, but one of the things that annoyed me most about the movie is that it wasn't self-aware about, how ridiculous it was. It never alluded to the fact that, they were 80-year-old plus men who haven't played basketball in ever, that just suddenly, got up from whatever they were doing and willingly, went and played, Rucker Park basketball for this, like, random dude. And there was even a crippled guy, like Nate Robinson played Boots, a literal crippled old man. And like they literally have this sappy ass scene where he hopped out of his wheelchair after like decades of just being paralyzed and suddenly was able to dunk. You'd really think like that seemed like a pretty good opportunity for some sort of like joke where it was like, I haven't been able to walk in years, but suddenly I can dunk a basketball. You know, something that acknowledges the concept of like a crippled old geezer just like recovering from like a decade-long injury and playing basketball. It just didn't use its opportunities. And yeah, overall, I think the movie was a pretty big disappointment. But I got 4 minutes left to talk about this thing, so let's go into the acting. Alright, so Kyrie Irving as Uncle Drew wasn't bad, it wasn't good, but, I mean, he basically played Uncle Drew like he would, like, in the commercials, right? Like, commercial acting. Like, not that good. Somewhat believable, but, you know, you can see right through it. Shaq doesn't need to actually act, he just needs to be himself because he's hilarious. Reggie Miller I thought was pretty good. Oh, also, there was this freaking scene where Reggie Miller, who played this blind guy, couldn't shoot like a basketball on an arcade machine, but somehow could like reverse his vehicle like through like heavy traffic at like full speed and escape from like from Chris Webber's like crazy like minister wife or whatever. And I mean, like, the idea in itself is funny, but you'd think someone would comment like, how is he able to do this? Or something like that. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know. Yeah, Chris Webber wasn't bad. Lisa Leslie was very bland. I was disappointed that Nate Robinson got, like, 0 lines. I mean, like, okay, I get that he was paralyzed, but why can he not, like, talk at all? Like, he's not mute. Nick Kroll, you know, was great. He's Nick Kroll. He's funny. Dax or whatever, he's pretty good. Like, he's an actual actor, so he did actual acting. I don't know the name of the actor, but I don't really care. Yeah. Aaron Gordon, who played Casper Jones, like the huge basketball phenom that both of the teams were trying to recruit, he definitely acted like a basketball player would. I mean, basically look at any commercial with a basketball player in it, and that's exactly how he acted. You know, just like super like phony and just, yeah, I mean, not actual acting. So, I mean, he balled out, of course. Like, the weird thing was, I enjoyed watching Aaron Gordon more than I did Kyrie Irving. And I mean, Aaron Gordon is, like, one of the, like, most amazing dunkers I've ever seen. But Kyrie Irving's my favorite player because I think he's the most entertaining basketball player in the league. And I just think they didn't use him to his full potential. Also, like, the moves that they used in, like, the games were pretty repetitive. Like, there wasn't a lot of variety. In conclusion, the movie wasn't good. I'd give it, like, a 3 to 4 out of 10 at best. About 3.5. But yeah, Kyrie Irving is a really talented dude. He can sing, dance, play basketball, and they just didn't use him to his full potential. Disappointed!